Hey everybody, Jay Super Awesome here. I'd like to welcome you all back to my channel. Today I will be giving my review for Child's Play 2019. I'm about to go in and check it out, and I will get back with you later on to let you know what I think about it. Okay, so I just got back from seeing Child's Play 2019. Now I'm going to give a basic plot rundown and then I will get into my thoughts of the movie. So the basic idea of the story is we have a young mother moving into a new apartment building with her young son. Now she is wanting him to try to adjust and get out and make new friends because he's spending a lot of time on his phone, and she's trying to help him get adjusted. Okay, so she works at a local convenience store, and they basically sell a lot of electronic devices, and they are a big retailer of the new and popular toy, the Buddy doll. And she's getting some of these returned because there's getting ready to be a new model coming out, but she's getting complaints on returns such as wrong hair colors and silly stuff like that. But one of these returns comes back and the customer complained about them turning it on and the eyes were glowing red, and they immediately were freaked out and shut it off. Well, she ends up with this doll and bringing it home to Andy for him to have a new friend. Now, once they get this doll home, they connect it, and it basically connects to the cloud, and so it has all your information. It can connect to a lot of your electronic devices, different household appliances, and different tools and things like that. So that's the basic idea and the rundown of the story. And also, this doll connects with the person that connects to it with your information. So this doll is connected to Andy specifically, and this doll is destined to be Andy's friend to the end. Okay, so now getting into my thoughts for this one. I really enjoyed this movie. Now I went into this movie ready and willing to accept a completely new concept. Myself personally, I kind of felt like the voodoo storyline of Chucky trying to possess Andy over the course of 3 movies, and then after that trying to possess whoever he can come across to have a body. That storyline was getting a little bit old for me. I mean, I still do enjoy the original movies and I will watch as many of them as they make, but I was really on board for a fresh idea and a fresh take on this series. And I really like the idea that it's not a voodoo possession. I really like the idea that this is a technology-based new character. And so there's no more trying to chase Andy down or anybody else to put his soul into the body. And I really like that idea. And I also like that it's called Child's Play again. It's not Chucky of this and Chucky of that. So I thought that was pretty cool. But I like the idea of when Andy connects his information to Chucky specifically, and when that happens, this directly connects Chucky to Andy. So Chucky is willing to do whatever it takes to keep this friendship, and anything that gets involved and gets in the middle of that friendship is definitely going to pay. And I really like that concept a lot. To me, that concept has a lot of potential for future movies because Chucky is learning from Andy. And I think that's just a really smart concept because Chucky is learning from Andy and what makes him happy and what he's laughing about and what excites him. Chucky is taking everything in from Andy, and eventually Andy does meet new friends, and he is kind of taking everything in based off of Andy's interactions with everything. So I think it's a really smart choice to go in that direction for Chucky. And there's a scene that I really liked a lot where they're sitting around, Andy and his friends, they're sitting around, they're watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. There's a lot of blood, gore, and carnage going on screen. The kids are all laughing, having a really good time and enjoying the movie. And Chucky is just watching them with all of their excitement, and their interactions with the movie and stuff, and it starts to give him ideas. And I just thought that was just a smart concept. And whether or not you like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, it has nothing to do with that. Chucky is looking at their interactions with violence and gore and carnage, and he is accepting that as a positive and normal thing. And what excites Andy is what he wants to do. So I really like that idea. As far as the characters go, I really enjoyed the characters in the story. I can relate with a young mother who is trying to do the best she can at raising her son, and she's trying to be there for him, and also she's trying to have her own relationship. She has a boyfriend, and this boyfriend is not so good to Andy while she's kind of not looking or not around. And of course, anybody in this storyline that's not good to Andy ends up paying for it in the end. We always know how that goes. And I like how the storyline progressed when Andy was able to make new friends, and I like how they would interact with Chucky and learning and what he can do and things like that. So I thought that part of the movie was interesting. I thought Mark Hamill done a great job as the voice of Chucky, and I love the song that he sings sometimes through the movie. I thought it was really cool. There's also a really creepy kind of maintenance guy that lurks around the apartment building, and we learn later on what he's all about. And there is a detective that lives in the apartment building with his mother. So that's the basic idea of the characters in the movie. I had no issues with any of them. I was entertained by them all, or at least you know, I thought their characters were acceptable in my opinion. As far as the new design of Chucky, I really liked the new design. I had no issues with it. To me, it basically does look like a robot doll. It's kind of what I would picture a robot doll to be, and I would really like to have one. Now, this seems to be, you either really like the new design or you don't, and you know, to each their own when it comes to that. So I really like the new design of Chucky. As far as the kills, the violence, and the gore, I thought this movie did a really good job in that area. There are a few scenes that simply involve stabbings, and I thought the suspense and the tension that led up to those kill sequences were done very well, and some of the best kills by simply stabbing a victim that I have seen in a pretty good while. There is one scene later on in the movie where Chucky is using a tiller. Now, he is not connected to this tiller by technology. He is using a handheld controller controlling it. Now, I don't know if that is a real thing or not. I have never seen it, so I can't really comment that much on it. It's just something that I kind of went with. I don't really kind of nitpick that stuff that much anyway. I really enjoyed the ending sequence of the movie. There is a big reveal at the department store over the new Buddy doll. So there is a new model that is being released. Crowds have gathered, large crowds, and the excitement has really built. The anticipation is really high for this new doll to come out. So there is a lot of people, and they end up getting trapped in the department store. So Chucky is using his technology to shut down the store, and he's blocked off the exits with shutters, and he's able to control drones. And we have learned that there's going to be, you know, a new doll, a new series of dolls actually, and one of them is actually like a stuffed bear. So there's some that look pretty different than what Chucky looks like. And of course, with him using his technology, he is able to connect to them. And I thought that is very cool. It's very reminiscent of how Chucky put his soul into multiple dolls at the end of Cold of Chucky. But I actually like this technology version better, in my opinion. It makes more sense to me that you're able to use the cloud and the technology to connect to something. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I thought it was really cool. The ending sequence was really awesome, I thought. There was one more scene that I wanted to talk about, and it's actually the opening sequence of the movie. We see a factory over in Vietnam that is creating the dolls. They are hand building each and every one.
there is a sort of a boss type figure that is operating the facility, and he's not being very nice to his employees. He's pretty much a slave driver and working them really hard. There is one employee specifically who is having a hard time, and he's pretty much told that he's going to be let go after he finishes up the doll that he's working on, which just so happens to be the Chucky doll. So he ends up not fully completing all the steps to assemble the doll. Basically what he's doing is giving this doll free will to adapt and do whatever he wants. And I just thought the opening sequence was really cool. It kind of gave me that feeling of being in the factory and seeing how the dolls are being made around the equipment and stuff. I thought it was really cool. And outside there's sort of a thunderstorm with the lightning and stuff, and thunder and lightning. It was a really cool opening sequence in my opinion, and it kind of was reminiscent of some of the older Child's Play movies where we seen inside the factory where the dolls were being produced. So I thought the opening sequence was really awesome as well. So overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I've went on about it for long enough. I'm going to give this a 8 out of 10. If you guys have seen Child's Play 2019, please let me know below what you think about it, or just let me know what you think about my review. Please like, subscribe, comment below, and I would like to thank you all for watching.